Hi, I'm Elise DeJean, and you're listening to Southern Miss Today. It's 12:14 on Monday, February 2nd, and today we have members of Campus Civitan, Stage Monkeys, but right now we're going to kick it off with SGA Attorney General Wilton Jackson.
How you
Hello,
doing, Elise?
Wilton.
How you doing?
So nice to have you in the station today.
Yes, it is.
As if you don't already work in here every Monday.
Right.
So we're going to talk about your role as Attorney General with SGA on campus.
Okay, so a little bit about what the Attorney General does with SGA. The Attorney General oversees the SGA Judicial Board.
Mm-hmm.
And so the SGA Judicial Board is comprised of 9 people, and with the Attorney General, it makes 10. And some of the things that we do as far as like the judicial board, we see parking appeals if say for instance, if you got a ticket on campus, like students could come before the student judicial board and appeal their ticket to the student judicial board. We also deal with certain disciplinary cases. Now, in terms of that, a lot of the bigger things or issues that happen on campus, a lot of those go straight to the Dean of Students office, but the ones that are necessarily like in a sense that are minor will come to us as far as like the student judicial board. Now,
so maybe something with a professor going on, something going wrong in the classroom, something like that.
Right. It could be something dealing with maybe like plagiarism or something like receiving a citation for being drunk on campus, like something like vandalism or stealing or anything like that. Like certain things like that will come before the student judicial board.
Okay, that's cool.
And then we also deal with certifying the votes for like elections. So say, for instance, when we have SGA executive officer elections and we have homecoming elections, those votes have to be certified alongside with the election commissioner.
Okay.
And then we deal with, we serve on other committees such as the University Appeals Committee, which is a higher committee above the Student Judicial Board. And we also work hand in hand with pretty much the interpretations of the Constitution. So really, essentially, what we really do is serve as a checks and balances system between Cabinet and Senate and SGA.
Okay. Now, you said something about, what was that you said? Goodness. Interpreting the Constitution. That's not what I want to talk about, though. I really can't remember what I said. But, I know what it was. So when you were running for Mr. USM,
right,
and you said that the judicial board, in your role as Attorney General with SGA, you kind of have to verify the polls and the results from the polls.
Right.
How did that work with you being on the actual board, on the actual running for a ticket?
Right. That's a great $1 million question.
Okay.
I didn't cheat, for sure. But what happens with that, so the vice chairman, which is second in command under the attorney general, assumes the attorney general's role. So everything that I would have been doing during the election, as far as like certifying the votes, he or she becomes that person.
Okay.
And pretty much certifies all votes and everything like that.
Right. I've always wondered. I was like, I know Wilton is attorney general,
right.
So I never, suspected anything wrong. I just wanted to know what kind of process that was in that type of situation.
Right.
I'm pretty sure other people on campus. So you're welcome, guys. You have your answer.
Exactly.
Wilton didn't cheat or anything. It was someone else that helped him figure everything out. So thanks for that. So can we talk about anything that is going to be coming up on campus or anything big that SGA is going to be having soon?
Well, the biggest thing, now we're at a period where we're about to get ready to go into like our transitional period within the SGA. So like Senate and Cabinet, like if you notice, like the applications to be if you're running for an SGA exec position are out now. So now our terms as executive officers, they start on Founders Day, March 30th, and then they go to the this Founders Day now. So so if there are students that are out there that are interested in running for president, vice president, attorney general, election commissioner, or treasurer, now's the time.
Start
so
preparing.
Exactly. And so a lot of our events, Cabinet is finishing up a few things, and Senate is, finishing up some legislation that they want to get, they want to see finished within this semester. But more importantly, the biggest thing is that we're pretty much getting ready to transition into our elections, picking new officers. As you know, I'm a senior, so the person that comes in after me, they'll just
May 8th.
Yes, we're graduating. We are graduating. So I'm just excited. Because I feel like as a SGA this year, we've been able to accomplish a lot of different things.
Yeah.
And this is not to say that we haven't accomplished a lot in previous years, but But this year alone, I can definitely say we've accomplished so many things in terms of just Senate with legislation and in certain areas with parking, to cabinet and making sure students are aware and, you know, their voices can be heard with different things they want to see on campus in terms of like activities or you like different programs or in student initiatives like that. And then with just even just the judicial board, you know, allowing students to know that, you know, they can come before the student judicial board and appeal their tickets and different
that's
things
a really
like
good
that.
feeling. I believe, well, as a student, you know, kind of on the outside looking into SGA, have seen a lot of positive things that you guys have done on campus and the results of those things, especially with parking, because the open zone parking that's now by Ogletree
Right.
is
It's
that's
wonderful.
where I park. That's where I
Exactly.
park.
It's wonderful. And it gives you an opportunity to not necessarily have to park at the parking garage. Because,
Right.
I mean, me personally, if I lived in Century Park or lived in some other areas that were far away from my classes and a lot of my classes were in the front of campus, I wouldn't want to park in the parking
No.
garage. Because you're looking at at least a 10, 15-minute walk.
Yeah.
So you have the open zone area by Ogletree. I mean, and let's just say if your class is in College Hall or in Southern Hall, you know, somewhere along those areas, or you live in the Triad in Hattiesburg Hall, somewhere like that, that means you don't have to walk that far, you know.
Yeah.
And in most cases, a lot of times, depending on how you're classified at the university, a lot of your classes are centralized in certain areas.
Yes.
So if that's the case, if you're like a freshman, sometimes your classes will be centralized in the central portion of campus. So parking over there by Ogletree is not necessarily bad in terms of
like mine
right.
are centralized between College Hall here and at the LAB.
Exactly.
So it's really,
Convenient.
and I live in the village,
Right.
so I can just get up, park over here at Ogletree or in the open zone across the street,
Right.
and I'm where I need to be. So it's really nice to see that you have an entity on campus that really caters to its students.
Right.
And it's really great to have great people like you that are working for us. So we appreciate you. If we wanted to get in contact with or just stay plugged into what SGA is doing, how can we do that? How can we stay abreast with you guys?
Well, actually, the SGA office is located in the Student Activities Hub
Okay.
on the second floor. And if you want to go online to see anything like the website, any different opportunities to like run for different positions, you can go to southernmisssga.com. And then, and also you can just reach out to talk to us. Like I'm always wanting to talk about, what's going on in SGA. Like, if they're interested in what my position does or what president or vice president, or even just the different branches in general, what they entail, like I'm always open for a conversation.
And you always put things on your Facebook page as well, because that's how I
Yes.
stay abreast with a lot of
Yes.
things. Okay, guys, we're going to put all of this information on our Southern Miss Today Facebook page. Coming up, we have Buzz in the Berg, but before that, we've got some music for you. Check out Happy Now by O. Jeremiah. We'll be right back with Southern Miss Today.